Hello! Welcome to this week's video. For this week, I'm going to be doing my book haul for the month of June. These are a few books that have been on my to-be shown shelf. So that are going on to my TBR shelf, bookcase, mountain. Yeah, so let's get started. Oh, and also, I will be doing a new giveaway for this month, so stay tuned for that. And so let's just get started with the books that I am here to show off to y'all. First, we have Kelly Reimer's Unspoken. Back for that. No. Contemporaries, no insert cover. Isabel Winton had planned to spend the last few days of her marriage at her vacation home, intending to reflect, regroup, or maybe just do some solitary sulking. Instead, she collides with her almost ex, Paul, who has the same idea. Too stubborn to leave, Isabel figures this is a chance for them to get some closure, but she's astonished to see that months apart have transformed her emotionally aloof husband into Paul 2.0, more open than ever before. Paul was blindsided when Isabel left him. He had no idea she felt he was more committed to his career than to their marriage. With his new, hard-won self-awareness, he blames himself for letting her walk away. But winning her back will take more than simple words. It'll mean finding the courage to grow, to trust, and grab a second chance at life by each other's sides. Oh, so I am so looking forward to this. It's a second chance romance, clearly, and I very much love those, depending on what the reason was for the split in the first place. And this doesn't seem like he was, cheated on her or anything like that, which I know for some people cheating is a hard thing, like a hard limit, but I'm not necessarily. For me, it really sort of like depends. But that's not the case here, so that seems pretty awesome. There you go. The next one is a Harlequin Presents, and you know how much I love my Harlequin Presents line. That's my favorite line of Harlequins, and it's Carol Marinelli's His Sicilian Cinderella. When millionaire Matteo Santini bought One Night with Bella Gaddi, it was to protect her innocence from the dangerous game she was caught up in. He never expected to be so undone by their fierce attraction, or her disappearance the next day. Chambermaid Bella has escaped her shameful past, but her memories of that night with Matteo still burn. Forced to attend Sicily's most exclusive wedding together, Bella knows the dark-hearted tycoon will want a reckoning. As the clock strikes 12, it's clear the only way Bella will be leaving the party is with Matteo via his bed. So, forward to that. Next we have a historical romance, the awesome Julie Ann Long with After Dark with the Duke. And it looks like a Christmas one, judging by her robe. She arrives in the dead of night, a mob out for blood at her heels. Mariana Wilde, the harlot of Haywood Street, an opera diva brought low by a duel fought for her favors. But the ladies of the Grand Palace on the Thames think they can make a silk purse from scandal. They'll restore her reputation and share in her triumph, provided they can keep her apart from the other guests. Coldly brilliant, fiercely honorable, General James Duncan Blackmore, the Duke of Falkirk, is revered, feared, desired, but nobody truly knows him, until a clash with a fiery, vulnerable beauty who stands for everything he scorns lays him bare. It's too clear the only cure for consuming desire is conquest, but their only chance at happiness could lead to their destruction. The legendary Duke never dreamed love would be his last battleground. Falkirk would lay down his life for Mariana, but his choice is stark. risk losing her forever, or do the one thing he vowed he never would, surrender. So, I hope... Okay, so, he is clearly, takes issue with her reputation. I sincerely hope that he is not a complete ass-butt to her. And, yeah. So, let's hope. Next one is Lily's Journey by Tanya Cross. When 15-year-old Lily Hayes loses her mother, she is forced to leave the bright lights of London to live with her estranged father in the wilds of Dartmoor. The dour Sidney Latham can be sullen and he has a temper on him, but Lily is determined to make the best of things. As Sidney's gruff manner slowly thaws, Lily learns more about her family's past and discovers that some secrets are best left hidden. Though Lily's life has taken a dramatic turn for the worse, there are some things she is grateful for. The fact that she has met the handsome and charming Edwin Franfield being top of the list. But when tragedy strikes, a stranger with troubles of his own becomes her surprising savior. Oh, is Edwin gonna die? I have a feeling Edwin's gonna die. And so she's gonna find new love with this stranger. So I'm prepared. That's what I'm thinking, and I'm prepared. And I don't consider it a spoiler or whatever. I really don't. If they hint at something like that, it's kind of brace yourself. The next one is Ellis Island. Ellis Island by Kate Kerrigan. Sweethearts since childhood, Ellie Hogan and her husband John are content on their farm in Ireland until John, a soldier for the Irish Republic Army, receives an injury that leaves him unable to work. Forced to take drastic measures in order to survive, Ellie does what so many Irish women in the 20s have done and sails across a vast ocean to New York City to work as a maid for his wealthy socialite. Once there, Ellie is introduced to a world of opulence and sophistication, tempted by the allure of grand parties and fine clothes, money, and mansions, and by the attentions of a charming suitor who can give her everything. Yet her heart remains with her husband back home, and now she faces the most difficult choice she will ever have to make: a new life in a new country full of hope and promise, or return to a life of cruel poverty and love. Or you can bring your husband with you. I don't know. Can you not? Well, I don't know. It seems like she has a good marriage with her husband. But we'll see how things go with this charming suitor, and if I end up wanting her with him instead. Which could happen. I know some people don't like love triangles. I love love triangles. I'm totally fine with them. Especially when it's not clear who the best man is. If there's one guy and he's a douche nozzle, and then the other guy's the good guy, of course you're gonna want her with the good guy, and not the evil guy. Which, I don't know, some people, they'd rather have her with the evil guy and redeem him and all that. Man. Next is Sweetness in the Belly by Camilla Gibb. Set in Emperor Haile's Haile? H-A-I-L-E. Set in Emperor Haile Selassie's Ethiopia and the racially charged world of Thatcher's London, Sweetness in the Belly is a richly detailed portrayal of one woman's search for love and belonging. Lily, born to British parents, eventually finds herself living as a devout young white Muslim woman in the ancient walled city of Harar in the years leading up to the deposition of the emperor. She is drawn to an idealistic young doctor, Aziz, but their love has only just begun to fulfill its promise when the convulsions of a new order wrench them apart, sending Lily to an England she has never seen, and Aziz into the darkness of radical revolution. Oh my, this looks deep. And Camilla Gibb brings to life characters facing extraordinary hardship and loss with the unblinking honest, and emotional generosity that have made her one of Canada's most exciting young literary talents. Yay for fellow Canadian authors! Yay! Camilla Gibb. Really looking forward to this. I love books sort of set in different worlds, and like culturally, like I don't know why, and like I love books sort of set, especially when it's like women's fiction set in like the Middle East, or when it's women's fictions set like in the Jewish sort of the Jewish sort of religious background and like sort of that culture. I don't know why. I have always loved female, like women's fiction set in those two worlds. For Jewish fiction, excuse me, I cannot words. I think her name is Naomi Ragen, Ragen, and I love her books so much. Absolutely love her books so much. So looking forward to that one. The next one we have is called The Letter by Catherine Hughes. So I have a good mix of sort of like romance and like women's fiction in this month's haul. Tina Craig works all the hours she can and volunteers in a charity shop to avoid her unhappy home. Going through the pockets of a second-hand suit, she comes across an old letter, the envelope firmly sealed and unfranked. I don't know what unfranked means. What does frank mean? I know Frank is like a name. I've never heard this word before. Tina opens the letter and reads it, a decision that will alter the course of her life forever. I would love for that to happen. I work in, the Evil Day job is sort of in that kind of like secondhand vein, and I would love to find that one day, like you're going through like Pocket or something, and yeah. Billy Sterling knows he has been a fool, but hopes he can put things right. On the 4th of September 1939, he sits down to write the letter he hopes will change his future. It does, in more ways than he can imagine. Oh, I'm so looking forward to this. Oh my goodness, that blurb sounds like absolutely delicious. Love me my historical fiction. Next we have The Birth of Venus by Sarah Dunnett. Now, I love Sarah Dunnett's books. The first book that I read of hers was I believe it's called Sacred Hearts, and I have it on my keeper shelf. I love her writing so much. It's so like rich and beautiful. Let's read the back of this one. Alessandra Cecchi is not quite 15 when her father, a prosperous cloth merchant, brings a young painter back from northern Europe to decorate the family chapel in their Florentine palazzo. A child of the Renaissance with a precocious mind and a talent for drawing, Alessandra is intoxicated by his talent. As Medici Florence is threatened by the hellfire of the monk Savonarola, the painter and his dazzling art exert an ever more powerful and erotic pull. I love her writing. I love her writing so much. So definitely looking forward to this one. Next we have Brides of War by June Tate, which automatically that title I was like, I'm getting it. I need it in my eyeballs right now. In the aftermath of the devastating Second World War, two women leave England for America to begin new lives as GI brides. Gracie Brown starts her married life with her husband Jeff's family and an overbearing mother-in-law who resents her existence. Valerie Brampton and her lawyer husband Captain Ross Johnson have their own property, but with a past girlfriend still holding on to hope of a relationship with him, all is far from settled. How will these two women seek to establish themselves in their new world? And as they learn more about their husbands, can their marriages formed in the uncertain times of war survive through peacetime? I love also war bride stories so very much. I can watch documentaries on those for like ever. Though, like, both like sort of those who got married quickly and then their husbands go off to war, or those who like get married and then like during war and then they start like these new lives with their husbands in like different countries and like I am all about it. So looking forward to that. Next we have Scandals of an Innocent by Nicola Cornick, who I have heard many good things about. I believe I've read a few of her books and enjoyed them. I think I might have one or two on my keeper shelf there. Excuse me. Excuse you, sir. I hope it's nothing serious. Clearly that was a fire truck. When an ancient law requires all unmarried ladies to wed or surrender half their wealth, the village of Fortune's Folly becomes a haven for fortune hunters, and Miss Alice Lister is a prize to be won. Maid turned heiress, Alice has fought hard for a modicum of respectability. Now the insufferably attractive Lord Miles Vickery is certain he can gain her fortune by blackmailing her into marriage. Miles finds his newfound frankness invaluable in entangling Alice in situations deliciously unbecoming of a lady. Of course, he doesn't yet know that he's fallen hopelessly in love with this formidable innocent. So, you could say that Miles is being a bit of a ass butt, but this sounds like a fun book. He's being a total inappropriate ass butt, but I'm looking forward to her bringing him to his knees. So there's that. Next we have the famous or infamous Beatrice Small, the queen of pretty much erotic historical fiction? I want to say, I can't necessarily say romance, because while there is romance in her books, there is a lot of romance in her books. And by that I mean there's a lot of romances in her books with different people. So the heroine, usually the first guy that she's with, is not the guy that she ends up with at the end. She goes through a few before she ends up with the chosen hero at the end. And not that I enjoy that. I know going in to a Beatrice Small novel to be prepared for that. I've read a few. Yeah. So I sort of know what's what. So kind of like when you're watching like Game of Thrones, don't get attached to any one character because they could die. And I'm learning that with the show Vikings as well, which we're about to start the last season. But don't get attached to any one character. So let's read the back of the list. Oh, this is Beatrice Small's The Dragon Lord's Daughters. So we apparently will have a lot of women going through a lot of men, and I'm guessing this is like an anthology. Meet the daughters of King Arthur's descendant, Meryn Pendragon. They have an appetite for adventure and a gift for driving men wild with desire. Marrying them off may seem an easy task, but it's only going to prove that when it comes to these girls, trouble follows in threes. She may be the Avril Lavigne? She may be the Lord's eldest and illegitimate daughter, but Avril knows her dazzling beauty can buy her what she wants most, marriage to a great and powerful lord. But fate has other plans in the rugged form of Rhys Fitzhugh. Thinking her the sole heiress, the penniless bailiff kidnaps the beauty. Now to salvage his honor, he must marry the openly hostile Avril and accept his greatest challenge, winning her love, her loyalty, and her trust. Is she going to end up with Rhys Fitzhugh? I don't know. Maya. As a legitimate heiress with a hefty dowry, Maya can have any man she chooses, namely Emrys Lyn, a descendant of Lancelot and the Lady of the Lake. But strange, dangerous rumors surround the handsome Emrys. His name means immortal, and 2 of his wives have died suddenly under mysterious circumstances. Can her unwavering love prove his innocence, or will Maya suffer the same fate as Emry's previous wives? Junia. As charming as she is irrepressible, Junia is the Lord's youngest daughter. Her father has long since given up trying to control her whims. Junia is content to roam the countryside where she can be alone with the golden-haired Simon de Bohun, whom she meets and loves in secret, but he is the son of her father's sworn enemy, and loving him may cost more than she could ever imagine. So I'm wondering if, because the way these blurbs are written, I'm still going to be prepared for the heroes to die and them to end up with other people, but the way that the blurbs are written, maybe these are different. Maybe these are kind of standalone, definite kind of romances where they do end up with the heroes named in the blurbs. I'm gonna be prepared for no, but I will be nicely surprised if they are sort of enclosed, strict romances. Very interesting. We'll see how this goes. The last 2 are nonfiction, and we divert a little for a more sort of serious, non-romancy, non-women's fiction-y, nonfiction biography. And I'm sure that you know the story. And it's A Stolen Life, a memoir by J.C. Dugard. And she was the, I believe, 11-year-old girl who was kidnapped and held for 10 years? 10 years? I think she was kidnapped when she was 11. She was held for 10 years or 15 years or something like that. And yeah, this is sort of her story. And I believe I remember bits and pieces from watching different documentaries, but it will be very interesting to sort of have her own words. So, in the summer of June 1991, I was a normal kid. I did normal things. I had friends and a mother that loved me. I was just like you, until the day my life was stolen. For 18 years, that's what it was. For 18 years, I was a prisoner. I was an object for someone to use and abuse. For 18 years, I was not allowed to speak my own name. I became a mother and was forced to be a sister. For 18 years, I survived an impossible situation. On August 26, 2009, I took my name back. My name is J.C. Lee Dugard. Or Dugard. J.C. Dugard. Why am I... Brain fart moment on how the last name is pronounced. I've heard it so many times. Dugard. Dugard. J.C. Dugard. Dugard. Right? Brain fart moment. I don't think of myself as a victim. I simply survived an intolerable situation. Stolen Life is my story. In my own words, in my own way, exactly as I remember it. So, whoosh. Definitely, looking forward to is the wrong word, but definitely wanting to read what is a very important and sad and likely hopeful story. And next is another nonfiction, but a bit of a lighter, more fun, likely read, and it is Sex at Dawn by Christopher Ryan and Cacilda Jetha. And next, How We Mate, Why We Stray, and What It Means for Modern Relationships. I also always enjoy books about sexual culture, I guess, through the years. Like, I love reading about how sexual culture was in the caveman times, or the 1,000 years from now, or 1,000 years before, or just throughout history, how sexual ideas and stuff have developed and changed, for better or for worse. In this controversial, thought-provoking, and brilliant book, renegade thinkers Christopher Ryan and Cacilda Jetha debunk almost everything we know, and it's in quotes, know, about sex, weaving together convergent, frequently overlooked evidence from anthropology, archaeology, primatology, anatomy, and psychosexuality to show how far from human nature monogamy really is. In Sex at Dawn, the authors expose the ancient roots of human sexuality, while pointing toward a more optimistic future illuminated by our innate capacities for love, cooperation, and generosity. So looking forward to that. And now we come to the giveaway. For this month, I will be giving away a Harlequin Desire, The Diplomat's Pregnant Bride by Merlin Lovelace. I thoroughly enjoyed this book. I believe I reviewed it in a previous wrap-up. I think it was one of my favorite books of 2021. So, yeah, let's read the back blurb, shall we? A wild weekend changes Gina St. Sebastian's life, but one thing won't change. Her marital status. Ambassador Jack Mason, the dashing, arrogant father of her unborn baby, can forget about a marriage of convenience. She's perfectly capable without him. Never mind the heat between them. That's pregnancy hormones. Jack will deploy his formidable charms to do what's right, marriage for the baby's sake. Yet the more he tries to convince Gina, the more he realizes he wants her as much as he wants his child. So, that is this month's giveaway. And all you have to do is like the video and, comment that you let me know that you like the video, in case YouTube is stupid and doesn't give me the notification for it. I'll see the like, but sometimes YouTube is stupid with the notifications. And I will pick a winner in July's book haul. So make sure that you watch the July book haul video to see if I'm picking a winner, if enough people have entered, and I pick a winner for this book. Also a note, if enough people enter and I pick a winner, please do make sure that you watch July's book haul. And I guess I will leave sort of my email address in the description of the video, so that maybe that's easier for you guys to, whoever wins, to send me the their mailing address. Because, yeah, I won't, I will sort of put, in the comments of this video, who the winner is when I draw the name for that video, if that makes sense. Yeah, so just make sure that, make sure that you're subscribed, so that you will see the comments, because YouTube has done a stupid now where you can't directly tag the person. So I just have to put sort of in the comments of the. I'll put it in the comments of the July book haul video. Yeah. And I think I will also put it in the comments of this book haul video. So, yeah, I think that's how we're going to do it. So, this month's giveaway is a Harlequin Desire, the Diplomat's Pregnant Bride. So, that's going to be it for this week's video. So, make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit the little notification bell. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is like this video. This June book haul video. Like this one. And watch the July book haul video to see if you won. Yep, so that's going to be it. Follow me on Twitter at twitter.com/authorejamie. Like my Facebook page at facebook.com/authorejamie. And I will talk to you guys next time. Bye!